Let's go. What's up, Motivation Nation? Listen, I'm coming to you with another powerful message. This message is entitled, My People Perish for a Lack of Knowledge. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. Now listen, when you study the scriptures, you will see that it's not God that's keeping people down, or even other people that's necessarily keeping people down. Even in today's world, it's what you don't know that hurts you. It's when you don't know how to move from level A to level B. It's when you don't know how to change your financial situation. It's when you don't know how to communicate with your spouse. It's when you don't know how to speak properly or hear what your children are saying to have a better relationship. It's when you are trying to lose weight, but you're not losing weight. In fact, you start gaining weight. And you're doing more work, but you're getting less results. And see that the key is to gain knowledge in the area that you're trying to progress in. To study the area that you're trying to progress in. See, you can see another person do the exact same thing, but you're looking at the outside. You're not seeing the inner workings of how they're doing what they're doing. You're not seeing it from the behind the scenes, right? If you ever watched a good movie that you like, you're like, man, that movie was if it was a scary movie, oh, it scared me so much. Or it was a comedy, you don't see the many takes that they put into it. Cut 1 and scene 1 and scene 2 and scene 3 to perfect that skit, to perfect that part of the scene. You just see everything put together. And many times that's how life is. Even when you look at an athlete and she is a great athlete in gymnastics or basketball or track and field, and you see them do the act or whatever, win the championship, you're like, man, that person's so good, they're so talented, but you don't see the thousands of hours that they worked behind the scenes when no cameras were on them, the many times that they twist their ankles or broke bones, but they continued to perfect their craft because they was gaining the knowledge in that area so they could be great in their field. It's a bomb going off. Boom! And so when you understand that, you got to get the knowledge in any area of life that you're trying to progress in any area of life that you want to be great in, you got to get the knowledge, right? And by you getting the knowledge, it separates you and your peers. Now, do you know that the average person, the average American, reads less than one book a year? Ooh, we're getting ready to run laps around people this year in 2020. And a person like me will listen to like 3 to 4 audio books a week. And most people only read one book a month. So my knowledge is constantly growing. My knowledge is constantly going to different levels. That's why it's hard to have certain conversations with people, because it's not that you think you're better than them or whatever. It's just that what you know is so much more far advanced than maybe what they know. And so you're not meeting on the same wavelength. It seems like they're frustrated with what you're saying and the thoughts that you're thinking. And so you are one thought, like I said before, away from changing your life. And once you get the knowledge on any given subject on how you should proceed, then it doesn't seem like life is unfair. Then it doesn't seem like, oh my gosh, I just can't make it, or I don't know why things are the way they are. It's because you don't know what to do when you're in that situation. But when you know what to do in any particular situation, then guess what? It don't seem like a dark tunnel. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel because you know what to do in any circumstance that you're in, because you got the knowledge on that particular area. When we study King Solomon, what made him one of the wisest kings who ever lived? The Bible said he was the wisest king who ever lived, right? After Jesus, of course. But what gave him that? His wisdom. God gave him his wisdom. And because of his wisdom, he had wise decision making. And one of the key factors that Solomon had that a lot of people look over is that Solomon had an advisor. He tells you that wisdom or good counsel is found in the multitude of advisors. But how many people want to go through life on their own? I'm gonna figure it out, Mike. I got this, Mike. I want to start a daycare. But they don't want to invest in someone who did what they already trying to do to speed up their time. How many relationships would you have passed up on if you had the information and knowledge that you learned right? From going through all that heartache and trial, right? You didn't have to kiss so many frogs to get you to your prince. But because of that, not only did you get to the prince, but now you got Jeffrey and Jimmy and all that stuff like that inside your heart. And now you don't trust men because somebody has hurt you over and over and over again. So now when Mr. Right shows up, I don't trust him. He could have did what such and such did. But if you would have got the information and the knowledge from a mentor, right? From someone else, read some books, educated yourself on relationships, then you'd have been able to identify the type of person that you're talking to, as opposed to just going into the relationship naive and thinking that everybody's just gonna love you, because now everybody have the same motives. And so that's the same way with business. I know a lot of people who went out and started businesses. I'm going to do this business. I'm going to start this business. And it flopped because they ain't know nothing about business. They had a great idea. They had a great concept, but it takes more than a great idea. It takes more than a great concept. It takes you having the knowledge, the behind the scenes knowledge of how these things work. Now, mind you, like I said, my wife and I, we had a daycare. We did it 2 different times, and each time it prospered. We did it 2 different times for 3 years each. So it was 6 years, 7, 8 years in total. We did it. 8 years in total. And each time that we did it, it grew and it prospered. We had certain strategies in place that we learned and from books that we read that we was able to put in place and implement into the business. And we saw profits every month. We saw an increase and grow every month. And the next level of that is actually having centers, and that's on my list, because I know how it works. So now what am I saying? What are you saying, Mike? I'm saying that when you want to succeed in life, when you want to go to another level in life, sometimes it's good for you to get a mentor. Sometimes it's good for you to read a book on the subject that you're trying to break out in, because you'll waste days, weeks, months, years frustrated, stressed out, depressed, and wanting to give up on life, give up on God, and give up on even yourself, because you don't understand how to progress in the area or the lane that you're trying to progress in, right? It doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it seem. But if you don't know better, how can you do better? And so, listen, those of you out there who want to start your in-house daycare, I know I have not been talking about it that much, but guess what? I'm having this conference June 20th this year in Albany, New York at the Staybridge Hotel. Right? And if you want to learn about how to start an in-house daycare business, how to succeed, you want the ins and outs, go to my website, MikeBowensJr.com, and sign up today. There's a few slots that's still available. That's why I scheduled it so far in advance, so that give people enough time to sign up and register. And if you want personal counseling, you can go to my website. This is for a limited time because I'm about to possibly remove this service if I'm not getting enough traction from people on this particular service, because I mean, my time is valuable, just like your time is valuable. And so I'm not going to offer something that maybe people don't want, right? I just have to move on. And so you can go to my website at MikeBowensJr.com, and it's under UIC Consulting, and I'll consult you concerning the daycare business. But like I said, maybe got another month of this, and then I'm going to just delete it and move on. So if you want that service, go to my website and we'll take it from there. I hope this message inspired, encouraged somebody. Until next time, this is your man, Mike Bowens. I'm signing off saying, be blessed.